Ooh, 6SEC.
The underdog on the top floor. Crazed killer, whole life been the outlaw. Blue sky with a rag hangs southpaw. Back in Brooklyn, been the... All right, y'all. Welcome back to the new revived version of the Sec Report podcast. I am your host, C.Crazed, and I'm here with the newest member of the Six Sec family as I relaunch this show. Y'all know I had it before. We had to stop it. I had to do some things. I've been working on some books, some other stuff. So when I decided to bring it back, I knew I had to get somebody that I could rely on, somebody that I could trust, somebody that could keep me in check, which is the hard thing to do. But she's proven it on a number of occasions over social media. She checked me. And she's also smart, she's talented, and she's also very beautiful. And I'm happy to have her as a part of the Six Sec family. Squishi. What's up,
Oh,
Squish?
thank you. That was a nice introduction. I'm Squishy. I am Craze's future ex-wife. And I'm happy to be here. Glad to be a part of the family.
So, Squish, like when I was starting this show, when I was saying I was talking about relaunching the show, I was saying that I wanted to do a show where I could shoot at these niggas and not go to jail for once in my life. But I wanted to give my opinion on certain things. You know, some of y'all may have seen me on the platform with Glasses Malone. Salute to the Loke. He gave me a little 5 minutes to shine to get some words off. And he
Shout
kind
out.
of lit a bug in my system to do this. So, I think I got some stuff I want to share with the people. So which is gonna run down the top trending topics of this week and give me a chance to give my perspective. And if I go a little bit too far left, she's right here to reel me back in. Like I said, she's more than capable of keeping me in check. So y'all ain't gotta worry. To my family, ma, I know you gonna be watching because you watch everything. But she is here for that reason. She's here for that reason, so you don't gotta worry. What we talking about this week? We're jumping.
Well, let me put my glasses on so I can look smart. So like I know how to read. Okay, first
Don't be
topic.
making no faces over there at me, man.
We're gonna talk about what everyone else is talking about, the Diddy trial. Whew. And it has been a lot going on with that trial. What are your thoughts?
My thoughts on Diddy trial. Okay, I'm not a Diddy defender. Be clear about that.
Okay.
But what he did to homegirl on that video, I think that's what if he's going to court for anything, that's what he should be sitting in court for. I don't think none of us need to be hearing about what that man does in his bedroom on his
Agreed.
personal time.
Agreed.
Um, I'm not judging nobody's kink. I'm not a kink shamer. That's not what I do. I like girls that like girls. So
Fair
like,
enough.
you get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
if he want to sit and watch his girl do what she do and pleasure him, hey, look, bro, whatever to each his own, bro. That ain't none of my business. I didn't want to know before the trial. I don't want to know after the trial.
So you saying he's
But
on trial for the wrong thing?
I think being charged with a racketeering case and sex trafficking and all that because you and your girlfriend broke up. Now, if you want to charge him for domestic violence, yeah, 100%, lock that nigga up, get him the fuck up out of here. But being charged with a racketeering charge because you broke up with your girlfriend, by the way, who left under your like when she left, she took you paid for her to leave, and then when she came back to you. Mind you, she left with the nigga that you paid to train her, then come back to you for bread so she could maintain the life with the nigga that you paid to train her. And when you tell her no, you end up with bad rust in your crib and all of your dirty laundry being exposed.
Hey, shout out to
You didn't want
TK.
to
He
take
said
care
it
of
wasn't
that.
Diddy's girl, it was just his turn.
So, and then by listening to her testimony, it's clear as day she was with that shit.
Oh, yeah, when they cross-examined her, a lot came out.
Like it's not even like it's either you got both of them at this point after hearing her testimony, her ass need to be sitting over there with cuz.
You think so?
I really do. She wasn't no victim. She was the boss.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
Is it
They
different?
they gonna burn you at the stake at the town center, in the
Yeah,
town square for that take.
but she wasn't. She wasn't no victim. She was a boss.
But she
Yo, if
was
you're
young
gonna hit me
and
with a RICO
impressionable and
or a
drugged up.
racketeering charge or charge me with running a criminal enterprise and only charge me by myself, and then you got what we watching in real time is Sammy the Bull testify on John Gotti. That's what we just watched in that courtroom. If you want to be literal, we literally just sat and watched Sammy the Bull testify on John Gotti. That's what that feels like when I'm watching that. Because I'm watching her sit there and say, hey, I did all this fuck shit too. I took the drugs, I fucked, I sucked, I rubbed the baby oil. All the shit that y'all got him in here, I did that shit too.
So you think she need to be with him?
And she needs to be sitting down right next to Cuz.
That's
If you gonna
interesting.
charge him, charge the people who's involved. Like it don't seem like nobody else would seem like the she's more of his co-defendant than his accuser.
Well, okay, so right now, it's not Diddy versus Cassie, it's Diddy versus the state of New York.
But if Diddy sitting in front of the state of New York and Cassie don't file that lawsuit, which caused that tape to come out. Diddy was on a run before that. Remember, we kind of forget that Diddy put out a fire-ass album before that. The album was fire. He
I
was on
didn't
the
hear it, but I
Love
heard it was nice.
campaign. Like he wasn't on no Diddy was moving in different, he was in a different space. Now,
Mhm.
I'm gonna say something else. And this is what's gonna be the take that's gonna rock the world.
Uh-oh.
You don't see the similarities between Cassie and Carisha, whatever her name is. I know I'm mispronouncing your name, love. You get a
I
young
don't.
girl.
Tell me what they are, because I don't know what you're talking about.
So you had this young girl who was gullible,
Mhm.
who wasn't who very beautiful, but probably not the most talented, that wanted to
Okay.
be around power,
Okay.
maybe didn't want to work as hard. I don't know her work ethic, but maybe didn't want to work as hard. And then you're able to get her into, and I'm not saying that this is where I do agree with the court with the coercion, because I do believe that if you introduce a woman to a certain lifestyle and you get her accustomed to that lifestyle and you kind of train her that this is what comes with that lifestyle, that woman will do what she has to do to maintain that life. I'll give you an example. If I'm a successful athlete, if I'm I got 350 million. But when I'm on the road, I'm fucking I'm doing my thing.
Mhm.
But you in a normal situation, you would be, yo, nigga, but because I'm worth 350 million, you choose the okay. You
Look the
understand what
other
I'm
way.
saying?
Mhm.
So what's the difference? You being disrespected. You know your health is being put at risk. You know
Mm.
your home is at risk of being broken, but you sit there and you choose to set up because the house that. But minus the fact you don't want to risk losing this house. Even if you divorce this man and you get him for half his shit, it's still not. He's gonna make that back. What are you gonna do?
Oh, I'm gonna be on to the next baller, like the rest of them.
You understand what I'm saying? But
Yeah, I
some
got you.
women, don't don't know. And then in a woman like Kathy, you got to think, why does she have to resort to a trainer? let's break that down. If I'm being paraded around, let's say Puff, and those who know Puff kind of understand that Puff ain't the best. But like everybody calls him an asshole, very arrogant. You know that bravado. Nigga been parading this girl around for how many years? As this is my woman, and if you say something, you try to do X, Y, and Z, you gonna get X, Y, and Z is gonna happen to you because I'm Puff. So when Puff lets her go, she can't go get another baller. She can't go get another Puff. You blowing up niggas' cars, so you can't go get another rapper.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
you have nowhere else to go but the trainer.
Mm.
Because you're not gonna tell me that all this shit come out in court and that people in the mix didn't know. They could talk all that. I ain't know. Come on, bro.
Yeah.
Y'all knew. People in the
Yeah.
mix.
Those circles are too small.
Them circles way too small. So even if y'all wasn't, let's say all this bullshit about the freak off parties was all bullshit. It was never no freak off parties. It was just him. Maybe he had regular parties, and then when the party was over, him and Cassie got into their bag. Let's just say that's what that was, right?
Okay.
So you mean to tell me nobody word don't get out? You fucking prostitute. You fucking male prostitute. So you mean to tell me that none of these male prostitutes go back and tell their homie, hey, y'all, Cassie? And then that homie don't tell, and then that, you understand what I'm saying?
I do, but you don't think there were some NDAs over there?
When that matters.
Look, I don't know.
What an NDA ain't nothing but how far you can separate yourself from the rumor.
Okay.
I'm under an NDA, but me and you married. Hypothetically, me and you married. But I got an
Mm-hmm.
NDA. My wife, I come home, I lay down in bed with you every night. I let all that shit out. You get what I'm saying? I gotta
Mm-hmm.
let this shit out.
Mm-hmm.
What's stopping you? You ain't under no fucking NDA. What's stopping you from being at work the next day and saying, hey, you know, I heard.
Right. Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
NDA ain't nothing but how far you could separate yourself from the room, from the word.
Okay.
All this shit, I'm gonna give niggas another clue. 95% of the shit that we find out that we ain't supposed to find out is under NDA.
Hmm.
All the shit that we be finding out, there was an NDA signed somewhere down the line. These people, you think these niggas, you think these women just get in the room with these shit, and you think that's not, yes, it happened. It's just how far you can separate the room.
Okay. See, you would know about all that. I'm not in that world.
But that's not even just entertainment. I'll give you an example. In corporate, let's just go corporate. When these big time deals is signed, when companies close and merge and sign to do these big deals, that's all under NDA too. We
Mm.
not supposed to know that they sold for 300 million or they merged for. We not supposed to know them numbers. I'm telling you, them numbers are under NDA.
Mm-hmm.
So how do we get that information?
They get leaked anyway.
So
Yeah.
you ain't even gotta. You get what I'm saying? Look
Mm-hmm.
for entertainment to see what change. The system is the system. The system is gonna always be the system.
Mm-hmm.
We don't get to change the system. We just exist in it. That's why it's the system. That shit existed before us. It's gonna be here after us, and we are not in position to change it.
Gotcha.
And even the people who think they in position to change it ain't in position to change it because the system can't be changed.
Say it's the system, huh?
It's the system. You get what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
to bring it back full circle, I'm not gonna say free Puff. I'm gonna say charge Puff with what he's supposed to be charged with.
Fair enough.
What's next?
Fair enough. Jail escapees in New Orleans 11 of them. They catch them though one by one, but they got on up out of there, said it was too easy.
So these the dudes that pretty much escaped through the hole in the wall and wrote Too Easy.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all the stupidest niggas. I want to
Now, what
applaud
makes
these
them
niggas.
stupid? Because they getting caught? Because they still in New Orleans going on live with their YNs? Is that why?
I gotta applaud them for their stupidity. That level of stupidity is so freaking crazy. It's like people do anything. Like our addiction to fame has become ridiculous, my nigga. Like it's so thick. Like nobody wants to be the guy no more. Back in my day, the guy was a name. It was a myth. It was like a kind of, you didn't see that nigga. You just heard about that nigga.
He was a concept.
Yeah, nobody want to be that no more. Like if you
No,
not popping,
attention
if
is a
you not
drug. That's real. They got to have attention.
popping, if you not putting your business in the street. I'm sorry, I don't come from that. My nigga,
Me
what was
neither.
the point of escaping jail to go right back?
Crazy.
I don't know what these niggas' sentences was, but let's just say they had 10 years apiece. Let's say all of them had 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
And let's just say they was, hypothetically speaking, 2 years in. The most,
Okay.
2 years in. Your stupid ass broke out of jail to knowing you're gonna get caught. They know you broke out of jail to pretty much go back and get time added on to your sentence. So now, not only are they gonna put you back, guess where you not going when you go back? To a regular cell. Stupid. So guess where you probably gonna spend the majority of your next 10 or how many years you got? In the hole.
Hmm.
So was it worth it?
I don't think so.
So
Okay.
shout out
Well,
to the fool that broke out of jail just to go back. You niggas get the stupidest nigga award. That's gonna be our thing. We gotta come up with what is SNA Award.
I like that.
That's
I like
we gonna
that.
start giving out SNAs every week.
Okay.
You
And
motherfuckers
the,
get the
and the
SNA
first
of the
one
week.
goes to these 11 guys, huh?
Yeah, all 11 of you niggas get SNAs. Pull up on me so y'all can receive y'all award. Too bad y'all gonna be in a hole. Damn.
They might not catch all of them. You think they're gonna catch all of them?
Now they gonna catch all of them. They gonna get all of
Oh,
them.
okay.
We
It
might
couldn't
need
be
to get
defeated.
their address so we can send them their awards.
I'm
Get
leaving the
their
country and I'm
addresses.
cutting all my hair off if I escape from jail. You'll never see me again.
My thing is, unless you got life, what's the point?
Yeah, I get it.
And I got a nigga shout out to Gotti. I got a nigga doing 54 to life. He been in there for 25 years.
Oh no, that's a long time. This is not the same world as when he went in.
My bro went in 2001.
This is not the same world.
And we trying to
That's
bring,
crazy.
we working on bringing you home, Gotti. Hopefully we got some good news real soon. Get Gotti up out of that situation. That's why niggas don't like Rat.
Oh,
Cause Rat put good people in bad situations, like with my niggas. And so we gonna pause real quick to take for this quick break from our sponsors, and then we gonna come right back with the rest of the show. Which got anything to say before you go to break? Man, tell these motherfuckers buy a shirt.
Buy a shirt.
Go to sixleglife.com, buy a motherfucking shirt.
Please. What else we got besides shirts? Buy socks. Buy hats. Buy it all.
All right, yo, we be right back.
The name's CL. You want to know how I got here? Why the government chose me to save the world? Alright then, let me walk you through it. It all starts with this beef between my homie's wife and her side dude. And then comes this job set up by my Atlanta Connect Rich. Then it's this bullshit. The cartel tries to kidnap the wife of the head of this private security firm. Then somehow I end up here in Portland, Oregon, getting chased by whoever these guys were. And of course, it all leads to this. A line I can't uncross, but don't take my word for it. Read about it in the new book, A Fine Line Volume 1, Entry, written by C.Crazed Gilmore. Available on Amazon. Get it in paperback, hardcover, or Kindle today.
Ooh, 6SEC.
All right, y'all, we are back from break. And what's up next on the docket since we done talking about these niggas getting SNAs? We gonna be giving these niggas SNAs frequently because there's a lot of. Be on the lookout for that Squish every week. Look out for who deserves the SNA of the week.
Well,
We gonna need nominations.
this guy we're talking about next should have had a lot of SNAs. Antonio Brown.
This nigga should get the SNA for life. But maybe he got the
SNA.
lifetime achievement. Him and Kanye West is in competition for the lifetime achievement of SNA.
Neck and neck, right?
Neck to neck. Kanye is winning by a landslide in my book.
Oh, okay.
At my age of 41 and all my years of cripping and, being who I am, I have come to a much peaceful place in my life where I do not like violence. I managed to figure out that there's one person I would love to just punch in the face. I know you're not talking about this nigga, but that's Kanye West.
He's kind of been calm this week. I haven't,
Yeah,
at least I
I
haven't
just
heard too much about him this week.
I just want to punch him in the face. You
I
see,
haven't heard anything about
you
him
know,
since
you know when the nigga who on G time really means something when they say it. When we say something aggressive, we probably trying to talk ourselves out of it, like we trying to, you know what I mean.
Okay.
But when
Okay.
we calm and I don't really want to punch him in the face. That means like we really want to do that. I really, really hard. One time. Because I don't think the car accident didn't break his jaw enough. So I think it need to be broke again. And then once it get put back together, maybe he'll have some comment. But
He
as
just
far
needs
as
help.
Antonio Brown, my nigga, I
He
don't
needs
know.
help too.
Look, bro. You after that hit, bro, we know, bro. We know. I know they saying they can't detect it until you pass on, God forbid, anytime soon. Antonio Brown, may you have a blessed life and continue posterity. But bro, we know.
Well,
You
he's
are
young. Maybe pretty soon they'll come up with some medical advances.
Yeah, he's a walking example of what CT looks like.
Let me
And while
ask
we
you a
on
question.
Brown, fuck the Brown, fuck Jaylen Brown, fuck Bobby Brown, fuck
You ain't got to do my
anything
birthday
in
twin like that.
Boston.
Not Bobby Brown.
Yeah, Bobby got to get it too. I love you, Bobby, but unfortunately, you got to get this work too, Bobby.
I love me some Bobby Brown.
Nah, Bobby got to get this work. Hey, Bobby, look.
He don't get no pass.
Yeah, now Bobby don't get no pass. No, Bobby, you got to get it too. Jaylen Brown, Bobby Brown. If your name end with Brown and you live in Boston, Dorchester, New England, anywhere in that area, fuck you too. Knicks and sticks.
But let me ask you a question though. Going back to Antonio Brown, how shocked do you think the world would be if, God forbid, that time comes and they test his brain and he doesn't have CTE.
I would be shocked. You can't tell me that man ain't got CTE. He wasn't like that before that hit. We
I get
watched
it.
that in real time, though.
We did.
Antonio Brown wasn't wilding. His ass got that hit, and then we watched him come back a completely different man. Nah, he's not man. He's a nigga. We watched him come back a completely different nigga.
Okay.
And this nigga been niggering ever since.
Ever since,
He's been niggering ever since. So, like,
unapologetically too. He just out
yeah,
there.
like, bruh, like, but see, my biggest thing, this is why I want to punch Kanye. Niggas like Kanye in the face.
Oh, we back to him. Okay, let's go.
No, I'm gonna bring it back. You know, I like to bring it back full circle. I may go away over here, but I'm gonna bring it back.
Okay, let's see what you got.
For a person for somebody who's aspiring and striving to become one of these successful black men, or obtain a level of financial stability where I can help my community. And when I say my community, I mean my community, meaning the people who I can directly affect their lives directly and be in control of that change, i.e. my kids, my family, i.e. So when people say stuff like, what are you doing for the community? When I say I did my job for my community, guess what? There's not another craze terrorizing Kingsborough Project. Because Big Craze was able to get himself to a point where he's able to move both of his young sons into a new living conditions, and now neither one of them niggas even have a glimpse of what a project look like, what a gangbang look like. And guess what? It's not my seed that's running around wearing poof safety masks and shooting niggas. So
Okay.
I contributed to society. See, like everybody always be thinking about I be seeing so many niggas talking about, yo, we gotta save the community, we gotta save the community. Nigga, you don't even take care of your own kids. Your kid out here wilding, you talking about saving the community, nigga. That was just son that shot homeboy the other day, my nigga. What you talking about saving the community? Come on, bro. Save your kid first. That's how you save the community. Make sure that your kid is one less little nigga out here wilding, and that's how you do your job. So when I see niggas in position to actually be able to affect that change and they throw it all away, or they making themselves look like an ass, well, or they making themselves look like an ass for no reason, that shit, it bothers me. Because I know, not to saying like I want somebody else's opportunity, but I know what, not even me, because there's plenty of examples out there that we see of people who was given that opportunity that's not pushing it away. So it don't gotta be somebody like me. It could be somebody who's a positive example. And I hate to always use the name, so I'm not gonna use that name. We got people who are willfully ignorant, but they still prospering. 50 Cent. This nigga don't miss a chance to be petty. He don't miss a chance to show, like, he waits for opportunity, but at no point does he ever sacrifice the greater goal. You understand what I'm saying? So, bruh, you bust your ass to make it to the NFL. You bust your ass to make them millions of dollars. You bust your ass to put yourself in a position to where you can be respected amongst this harsh ass society as one of the great. What is it? What is worth throwing that away?
Okay.
So I know it's a mute point because Cuz gonna do what Cuz gonna do, and he damn sure ain't gonna listen to me. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But
exactly.
for anybody else, you just had an NFL draft, like all these young athletes, like and stuff like that. Like I'm not saying like you gonna be perfect, my nigga. Like we all fuck up. We all got our moments. See, like, and that's what people sometimes don't forget. Life is the system too. It's a system. This shit is a system. You go out, if you are blessed to go a full cycle, you go out this motherfucker literally the same way you came in. You don't
Yeah.
miss a beat. You come in this motherfucker not being able to walk, talk. You can't control you gotta get the pamper change.
Yeah.
You can't comprehend stuff. But the only difference is you come in obtaining knowledge. You go out losing it.
Losing it. Yeah.
So if you go through a full cycle and nothing happens along the way and you don't get wrecked by no illness and you don't, God forbid, fall victim to one of these crazy things one of these crazy circumstances out here, you will live a life where you literally go out the same way you came in. System. Do your best to make the best of that system, my nigga. And if you got a chance to be one of them people to change the system, that's the one system you can affect. But that's the one thing that I try to get back to. If you have the ability to change your system, because if I grew up in a project and now I'm sitting in a project in Brooklyn, now I'm sitting in a 3-bedroom house in Atlanta, I changed my system for me and my children, and you get what I'm saying? So if
Mm-hmm.
you're in that position, what's the point of getting in that position, being successful at it, being great at it, and then pissing it all away? Unless there's something seriously wrong. Now, both of these men, I will say that they probably do have something seriously wrong. I'm not going to take that from them. But for a person who would once upon a time ejected from the Go Ali Sadiq, street pharmaceutical rep, motherfuckers want help, and then you got motherfuckers who love this shit. You get what I'm saying? Like, and this is coming from a person whose mom was on drugs my
Mm-hmm.
adolescent years. Like, so, and I watched her get clean. Not only did she get clean, I watched her have 4 more kids, buy a house, and raise an amazing family. Mother got 7 kids. All came, 4 of us come from rough neighborhood. Guess what none of us is? Dead or locked up.
That's dope.
Ask my mother, and I'm not shooting at nobody, but if you have an honest conversation with my mother and you ask her to ask how many of her friends' children have all of their children, and none of their children are dead or locked up or in some unfortunate circumstance, if they're still alive. Her friends that she grew up with,
How many?
not many. You understand what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
for a woman to go through a drug addiction, not be around a kid for 10, 11 years, come back, have more kids, and then rebuild her family and also successfully put her, well, now she got grandkids in colleges and got kids that graduated. I ain't graduated, but my little sister's my sister graduated HBCU. You get what I'm saying? It's a different type of energy, but when you see that and then you see somebody that's constantly crashing out, that's why I don't have no sympathy, because I seen somebody go through the worst and fight to get themselves back. Because the part that they don't
You're
talk
saying
about
that
is
in reference to who?
these fools who keep making the same mistake. Who we watch Antonio Brown take off his jersey in the middle of a
Okay.
game and run off a field.
Okay.
You were one of the greatest wide receivers of all time. That's how you wanted your career to end? As great as a player that you were supposed to walk off that field being honored. You supposed to be remembered as one of the great. We don't even talk about how dope you was. We
Because of the
don't talk about
antics.
your football ability. You spent all 11 years getting your brain brashed in and getting your ass kicked all over a football field for us to talk everything about you besides how great you was as a football player. I don't have no sympathy for you, bro, because if that means something to you, then you will go get the help that you need in order for you to be the man that you want to be.
He got to get the right people around him, it sounds like.
The right people is always around you, just whether or not you want them there.
Okay.
That's the biggest misconception and lie in the history of life. You got to get the right people. The right people is always around you.
You think so?
You got to look at it like this. Your whole life, you probably had that person or that friend, that parent, that sibling that always said that shit that you didn't want to hear. Always annoyed you, always got on your nerve, always seemed like they had something to say about what you was doing. You know what I'm talking about. Why you
Oh,
ain't
yeah.
got to say about what I'm doing?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Mhm.
And then when we get them, what the first thing we say? I don't get that motherfucker that motherfucker annoying. I don't get that motherfucker the fuck away from me. Did you answer? You all got them people in our life. We all got them. And we know who they are. We know who they are. Motherfucker always got something to say. But why every time I call you with a problem, you telling me about myself, nigga? Nah, I ain't fuck that, nigga. I don't even call you with my problem no more. Cause every time I call you with some shit I'm going through, you want to read me the fifth about myself. So now I'm not calling you, telling you about what I'm going through no more. I'm gonna call a motherfucker that when I'm thinking about doing some bullshit, gonna tell me what I want to hear. They ain't gonna tell me about myself. They not gonna read me the fifth. They not gonna tell me where I went wrong. They not gonna doubt that because I don't want to hear from that motherfucker. Them other people, them are usually the first people that we push out our way when we seeking success because we feel like they're enabling us because they're quote unquote haters.
Mhm.
I've been blessed that my best friend and business partner, shout out to One Low, is that nigga for me. This nigga always got. I just spent 4 hours on the phone today with this nigga. Always got. But it's I receive it because you know what? I'd rather it come from him than one of you niggas. Because
Okay.
one of
Fair
you
enough.
niggas, by the time I'm hearing it from one of you niggas, it's probably too late.
Too late.
And
Yeah.
that's what we feel or realize. Because when we get to the point and you got Squishi saying on the podcast saying you need somebody, need the right people around you, probably too late. It was brought to my attention recently that some things were said about a very, very close personal friend of mine who was also a part of this glorious thing that I like to call the Six Stack family. And I want to say something about people men who constantly find women to be their op.
Okay.
If you're a man, I'm not talking about boys, I'm not talking about niggas, I'm talking about a man. There is no reason for you to ever be on any platform bad talking a woman about anything. Let me explain. So if I'm being asked about a woman's actions or something that she done or whatever the case may be, and it's public fodder, meaning the Cassie trial, right? Open conversation. But if we not talking about the trial, I ain't talking about Cassie. I shit on Puff all day. You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But outside of trial, I'm not talking about Cassie. Because as a man, if I'm gonna have something to say about something, I want to be able to handle that. If I'm sitting there talking about Cassie, what I'm supposed to do to Cassie? You understand what I'm saying?
Mhm.
If I'm sitting there talking about any woman, what am I supposed to do to that woman? What am I really supposed to do to her? Where I'm from, if I got a problem with somebody, then we're supposed to address that problem. I can't have a problem with a woman because I can't address that problem. So if I
Mhm.
have an
No, you're
issue,
frozen, but go ahead.
yeah, if I have an issue with a woman, I'm never speaking on a woman's personal business. I'm never speaking on nothing that a woman got going on. I'm not speaking on a woman not no woman who I have no nothing. Like there's nothing that I gain from speaking on having a woman as a op. Because where I'm from, we handled our op. Women can't be my op. Can't be. I got 3 kids, 3 different women. God bless one of them that passed away. None of them are my op. And I'm not with none of them. So I've made good with what I'm saying. I don't have women as op. So for you grown men who keep choosing to create or picking women to be your opposition, bro, go find something else to do, my nigga. Now, I'm gonna look in the camera right here. Like, if you feel like you can't sit on your platform and find something or somebody else to talk about aside from a woman who's not even thinking about you, my nigga, you really need to find something else to do. Cause it'll get real dark.
Mm.
And nobody don't want to do that with you, bro. Leave people alone, and people will leave you alone, respectfully. And you know who I'm talking to. With that said, we see y'all on Thursday, though.
Like a plan.
See y'all on Thursday. What we talking about on Thursday?
Thursday, we'll get into some sports. There's some stuff going on in the NFL world and the NBA world. We'll talk about it.
And before we go, I want to say this. Got one more for y'all. You could bring Ike Turner, Tina Turner, Mal Turner, Knicks and 6, Halliburton, Close the Curtain, Never Certain, Knicks and 6, nigga.
Busting that freestyle now.
Worry about these goddamn Indiana niggas. Hey, look, Reggie Miller ain't coming through that door, cuz. He ain't coming. He ain't coming, pause. Reggie Miller ain't coming. Mark Jackson ain't coming through that door. Jalen Rose ain't coming through that motherfucking door. What was the big white boy name? Rick Smith ain't coming through that motherfucking door. Dell Davis, Antonio Davis. What was the other one name?
What about Jermaine O'Neal? Will he come?
That nigga ain't coming either.
You sure? What if I call him?
Nah, you don't need that nigga. Leave him at home. Ron Artest ain't coming through that door. Steven Jackson, Jamal Tinsley. Ain't none of them niggas coming to save you niggas. Knicks and 6. See y'all next week on the Sex Report. I said the Sex. The Sex. SEC. SEC.
Oh, he nasty.
No Diddy.
I heard you.
We out.
Bye.
Stop the recordings, please.
You niggas don't understand. This is a BMW E39 M5. My pops died racing the same exact car.
Then buy another one, cuh. But this shit, it disappears after this job. You got it. No bullshit this time.
Exactly.
Get the book that started it all. A Fine Line, Volume 1. Available now on Amazon. In hardcover, paperback, ebook, and coming soon, the audiobook.
Ooh, 6SEC.